What's up, everybody? The truth, J Dog. What's up? Yeah, I had hair many years ago, bro. Many years ago. It's gonna be an emergency show, real quick, of the man hour. I wasn't gonna do nothing today, but I seen some shit I didn't like. I seen, and I'm not gonna bash a content creator. And if he wanted to come up and say anything, I'll let him. And I don't dislike the guy. I actually like the guy. But what I seen happen today wasn't too kosher, and a real man's reputation was getting drugged through the mud, and that's the thing. We'll get into who it was in a minute. Let's get some people in here. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, it's got something to do with the Gene Borello thing. But it's not. It's got something. Yeah, shooting the dice, you're everywhere. You know what's going on, but not actually that. It was just context that something happened and that I didn't like. And I just want to point out some hypocrisy, you know what I'm saying? And and also I want to show this because the actual content creator who did this, who I'm going to say what he's done wrong. He made some points though, which is true, and which I hope that some people show up today because I'm going to show the point of why I'm needed here and why, you need to understand what's going on. You need to think deeper into certain things. Certain people are here for certain reasons, and certain people are trying to keep it real. And, so anyway, I'll get started with the story. All right. So today, a dude Loomis or whatever, he's got a podcast or whatever. I've been on there before myself. He's a good podcast and everything like that. He's a good dude and stuff like that. Well, I guess he had a falling out with a buddy of his from up the Boston area, the guy, John Shea. That's the guy's name. I didn't know who the guy was or whatever, but when I heard what they were talking about, he brought Gene Borello on there. And so as the conversation went on and on and on about the guy John actually wound up getting indicted back in the day, and that on a cocaine conspiracy. All it was a cocaine conspiracy, okay? And he was an associate of Whitey Bulger or whatever, but Whitey Bulger had nothing. They're making it out like it was Whitey Bulger's cocaine conspiracy. No, it's just a bunch of dudes got indicted in a cocaine conspiracy. Now, they drug it out because he got 12 years. They're like, well, not they. Gene was like, well, this don't look right because he got 12 years. There's a bunch of murders. There's this and that. So to the average person, yeah, it would seem like that. But I'm sitting right there in the chat, and I know these fucking conspiracy laws better than anybody. I know this shit like the back of my hand because you could go back to the chat and see what I said. And then I went and looked it up, and I was 100% right. It was wasted 10 seconds of my life looking it up because I was right about the guy. So basically, here's what they're doing. They're saying, oh, it's a kingpin charge. There's no kingpin charge in the feds. Basically, what they did, they charged the man, John Shea, in a cocaine conspiracy. Now, they put on there that they were going to try to prove a continuing criminal enterprise, a CCE. As you guys know, that's what I brought my co-defendant on. Remember, they tried to do that to him. They needed 5 people. The same thing they did to Big Meech. What that does is it takes your mandatory minimum from 10 years to 20 years in John's situation. So, in other words, John's actual guidelines. Yeah, exactly, King Jays. That's why they can get confused and it can make that man look like a rat, and he's not a rat. So anyway, in John's situation, basically, he's charged with that and, a bunch of counts, which I call window dressing. You've heard me say that before because the main thing is the conspiracy. Now, you got to remember, when you're convicted in these conspiracies, they attribute a certain amount of drugs to you, which makes your guideline range. Just like when I got my 12 years, it was the 1.5 kilos. So anyway, basically, what's happening is Gene's sitting there spewing out all these things that could actually make this man's shit look bad. But basically what happened is just the same thing that I thought. And you'll see I put it in there. I said, whoa, there is no kingpin charge. It's probably a CCE. And they probably couldn't. What happened was he wound up copping out. So now, if probably part of his plea, if he cops out, they drop the CCE because they need 5 people to come testify against you for that. Okay, direct people, not just hearsay. So anyway, so it looks to me the guy copped out to his actual guideline range, 12 years. He probably had a 10-year mandatory minimum, but he had probably a charge or something before. 12 years. The guy got 12 years for a cocaine conspiracy, not murders, nothing to do with Whitey Bulger, and no kingpin. It's no kingpin thing. It was a CCE that they tried to give him. Now, they'll use CCEs and they'll use 851s with them to get people to cop out. So I just want to clear that up. I'm going to say what's up to everybody, and then we'll get into what I didn't like about this shit also. And also why I don't like some of our comments that we've been getting. But so I just want everybody to understand that guy, John Shea, I don't even know the guy. I looked it up after I guessed what it was, and I was correct. The guy is 100% a cocaine conspiracy. He got 12 years, everything. He got his guidelines. He didn't, the CCE was not applied. It was just charged in the indictment. They didn't he probably copped out to just a regular cocaine conspiracy. The guy is not a rat. I just want to clear that up. And my problem is I'm sitting there in that chat and I'm saying something. Everybody knows this, and this gets into some. I would not have came up there and disrespected Gene. I wouldn't have gotten into no shouting match with him or anything like that. And that's what some of you guys don't like. And that's what some of you guys who fuck with me and will say, oh, he's cool. No. It's you need a person like me that can point out the bullshit when a good man's name's getting fucking slandered like it was today. It's not sides, guys. It's not sides. It's called being fucking real. Now, so next guy, John Shea, was a cocaine conspiracy, was not a rat. Let me shout everybody out real quick, and then we'll get into the hypocrisy of the whole thing. My man, the truth. My homeboy wanted to kill you yesterday. I told him you're all right. J-Dog, what's up? Shooting the dice. Always. I don't know how to drop a link. I don't got a moderator here. What's up, Skippy? But everybody check Shooting the Dice out. King J's, my man. Damien, my man. Oh, yeah, and I also brought up the fight. I said I had Dominic Scali and my man Damian Trice would have fought Gene. No answer. I didn't like that either. They seen them comments. You seen it, Damien. Yeah, I don't know about their falling out because I'm going to make some points for Loomis also, though, B-Luke. I'm not going to go against Loomis. I'm not against Loomis. I'm not going to bash him. But I'm just going to show him where he got confused. What's up, Timothy? Joe Cool. Stone Sailor. Kindness Works. Joe Cool again. Roscoe. Fentanyl is lying on business. Who is fentanyl? I don't know, Roscoe. So basically, here's what happened. Loomis and the guy had a falling out. And I guess the guy's doing podcasts or something. And somehow Loomis, it led down the road to Joey Merlino. You know how it always does that, okay? And they're like splitting sides or whatever. So Loomis is upset because he says it's hypocrisy. Hey, Jesse Roth, how are you? So Loomis says it's hypocrisy, and which he is correct on, is whereas though he'll be known as a rat or looked at as a rat if he running a podcast and platforms or interviews a guy snitched or whatever. Yeah, okay, that is listen, the guy's a podcaster, so I get that, man. And you know what I mean? And you got a bunch of trolls doing that and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that a podcaster, and Loomis is saying he's unbiased. That's what he kept saying. I think that an unbiased podcaster, yeah, like he's not a rat, you know what I'm saying? But here's the problem, Loomis, and here's what you did today. So you have a falling out with a guy that you know for 10 years, and you bring Gene on to sit here knowing that there's going to be slandering going on in this type of shit, and you're sitting there, basically, you're joining the fight. You're joining that side. You're saying, I won't back down. I won't do this. I won't stand behind friends. I won't. But you're bringing somebody on to fight your battle on that situation. And instead of saying, hey, Gene, if you want to come on and talk about this or talk about that or what you're up to or, anything about the mob or whatever, let's just not bash nobody, then nobody could say nothing. But when you're allowing the man to come on there and then it leads down the way, they bash Little Snuff. Listen, not you, Loomis. He bashed Little Snuff and it's like, give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? And you sat there with that. Another thing I didn't like. While Gene was spinning the narrative, you didn't go with the narrative. I give you credit on that. When Gene was trying to say the guy looks like he's a rat and cooperating, you're like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, at that point, just like you can't interrupt him about the mob, he can't interrupt you about somebody you've known for 10 years. So at that point, you tell him you don't know the guy. I've known him for 10 years. He's not a rat. Might be a scumbag, might be a bitch, might be a punk, but he's not a rat because you know that. And that's how you could have ended that. But that's making yourself jump into these fights, and that's the hypocrisy. And now I want to point this shit out to people. Yeah, I know, Tim. And I want to point this shit out to people because people say this type of shit and they'll even do it to me. They'll be like, oh, Eric was on a platform. I'm out here. Go back on my content. I'm out here not attacking nobody, but I am standing up and pointing out bullshit actually of the cooperators and stuff and standing up for the stand-up guys, the real guys that I know. But I'll get bashed because it doesn't make sense. You need a person like me. It doesn't matter if he's got hand game. See, Kodak, but the point is he's got mouth game. And he allowed him to do that. He allowed him to change the narrative. Not saying that, listen, you know what Gene's going to do. You know Gene doesn't, you know what I mean? You know that was too much. And then you say you want to stay out of conflict. That wasn't a good move. Does anybody think that was a good move, or am I being a little bit off? And also, my main point of coming on was about that guy, John Red. He's not, it wasn't a Whitey Bulger thing. It wasn't a bunch of, it was a cocaine conspiracy. He got his damn guidelines. It wasn't no kingpin thing. They tried to do a CCE on him, and he copped out. Well, I'm not going to say Loomis is anything like that, Damien. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't like that today, but I also don't like some of our stuff over here. Because now, if I go in there and I act cordial and would say I'd have came up there, hell, listen, say they'd have dropped the link for me and I came up there and I'd have just been cordial to Gene and proved these points about the guidelines, and they didn't know what they were talking about, and been like, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Hope you have a good night. I would have had some of my people over here being like, Eric's a rat lover. No, Eric just cleared up a good guy's name because Eric's got some credibility. Fucking idiots. No, it wasn't Gene. It wasn't Gene, Kodak. You gotta go check Loomis's show out, everybody. You'll see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Go check them out. I mean, I don't got a problem with Loomis. I don't got a problem with no podcasters at all. I think doing this shit is hard, man. And I think with all this other shit, you know, going on the side, it gets tough. And it is a lot of hypocrisy. He is right. He is right about certain shit. Loomis ain't a rat because he fucking interviewed, say he interviewed fucking Sammy. Listen, Jeff Nadeau to interview Sammy the Bull. Jeff Nadeau doesn't make him a rat. You understand what I'm saying? This guy went on panel while this guy, that doesn't make him a rat. You understand what I'm saying? These guys are podcasters. People are trying to get at, just like if I was debate somebody, like I said, if I would have came up and proved these points to their face, I'd have got called a rat. I'd have got called a fucking rat. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you. You know, thanks a lot, Timothy. But that's what I'm fucking saying, man. It's just fucking disgusting. I don't know what that is. I've heard it's me. Hey, what's up, Fish? I've heard it's me, but nah, it's definitely not me. He might be talking back with Sammy. I don't know. I don't know what Dom's doing. Honestly, I don't know. I've been sidetracked on all that shit, and that's kind of important stuff. The truth, listen, it's not, listen. Look at this. RJ and Nadeau debating about how life will be different without Gotti shows, and they have nothing to talk about. Well, let me say something. It is hard because these guys actually are working hard to have something to talk about and be entertaining. I think they should get, like, on certain things. Now, the RJ guy, he doesn't get involved in all shit. On certain things, I do think Jeff should keep to the professional level. But listen, Jeff and them, they do a good job, man. They do it. Jeff, RJ's got a good book. These guys are writing books. Salute to them. But yes, I agree with that. It is hard to talk about shit. It's easier for me. I'm talking about my life and just shit that I know. And that gets hard for me. And it's just dealing with the bullshit. So yeah, it is hard for them sometimes, you know. So sometimes they might not have a good topic. Jeff put out a show today, though, about something. Exactly. They were making it out like he was selling cocaine for Whitey Bulger and Rico. And then they talk about the kid, Little Snuff. He's letting them talk about him saying he's stealing toaster ovens or something. No, shut the man. Come the fuck on. Like, come on, man. What is this? When am I going to meet him? I don't know if I'm ever going. If he gets in that boxing ring, I'll meet him. What does it say? Listen, here's what it does. No, Gary, I'll break it down like this. If you platform a rat or whatever, and you let them spew bullshit and lies, and you can't call them out, or you don't know how to call them out, then yes, you are an enabler. If you are a regular person, if you just doing it and they say, whoa, hold up, this doesn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? So no, you're not enabling them. You're doing the opposite. Enabling them is letting them just take your show over. I agree with that. I agree 100% with that. So there's ways to look at that. You agree with that? I believe how I just said it, Stone Sailor. I believe, listen. Yeah, but yeah, exactly, B. Luke. Yeah, I don't know about that, Kodak. I don't know what he does in his personal life and stuff like that, you know, but that's what I'm saying. That's how these things can be. If you're going to be a journalist, be like that, you know what I mean? You can't really take total sides. You got to point out right and wrong. You want to be on the side of right. It's just like even things like this. Even when guys were in here bashing Dominic Scali's wife, I'm not going to have that. I wouldn't have that. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't allow nobody in here bashing MRE's family. And that's the truth. If somebody came in here and said something about his mother, sister, anything like that, I wouldn't allow it. You know, so some things are just. Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, John. I'm just trying to figure out. But do you see it? What I'm saying is like, if you're just sitting up there being a yes man, then yeah, you're an enabler while they're bashing somebody. But if you sit up there and you're interviewing them, asking the questions, and when things get out of hand, you know, shit like that, you understand, then you're not being an enabler. You're actually stopping it. You understand? Say you're calling them out. You're pointing it out. You know, I could have stopped that today and not caused the fight. I could be like, nah. Here's how it works. Bye, bam, boom, boom. There's no kingpin charge. I'm a drug trafficker. I fucking know this. Nobody knows more about conspiracy than me, guys. Trust me. I've been, my state fucking cocaine charge was a conspiracy. That is rare. That's rare. Usually in the state, they get you hand to hand and all that shit. My shit was a conspiracy. So I know about it. The truth. Thanks, Timothy. What's up, good guy? Who are you talking about? One of them messaged you back? Well, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying, though. That Loomis fell into. That Loomis fell into was, you know, he was a little bit upset at the guy or whatever, and he just went about that the wrong way. And then he's pointing out the hypocrisy of how people always want to say it, but then you are sitting there taking sides at that point. If he'd have came out by himself and explained his situation, I think it would have been better. But then, you know, he wanted Gene for views. But if you can get Gene on there for views, talk about something else. Talk about something else. Don't get him in, and you know what Gene's going to do if you let him go off. But if he'd have talked to him beforehand, hey, let's talk about this or that, you know, what you're doing with the Bonanno family, how much money, you know, the stories people want to hear and shit, you know, that he could have got the views that way without, you know, this man's name getting bashed. And also, the point is, you know the guy for 10 years. You know he's not a rat. Don't let nobody change that narrative. What's up with you, Stone Sailor? What's going on, man? Crazy day. My fucking dog's getting so huge, yo. Fucking I've never Primo, what's up? I'm not a dog breeder, guys. I know I got a bunch of them, right? But I'm not a dog breeder. This is gonna be my first time. I guess, delivering puppies or whatever. And Chanel, she's one. I Googled it, and Stone Sailor, you might know something about this. I Googled it, and they said it's either one way or the other. Either they don't want no attention and you just got to watch them from a distance, especially their first litter, or they're going to be all cuddly and want all the attention. And she's already like that. So this is going to be hell. I might have to live stream it just for help. You know what I mean? I guess it won't be no thing. I don't know. Yeah, that's true, Jason. But the man didn't. Listen, they're saying that the man had all kind of crazy charges, which he did not. He had a cocaine conspiracy. Everything matches up for his drug amount, his guidelines, and everything. He had none of this other stuff. They were talking it like he was in this Whitey Bulger murder type shit. Yeah, but yeah. So that's the thing I'm saying. Like with the dog is this is gonna be my first time. I don't know. Anybody out there know ever done this before? Like delivered the puppies or whatever? Like, how does that go? Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, well, Jason, it actually gets a little deeper to that. Like when I was having my evidentiary hearing for my drug amount, that would be like a mini trial at my sentencing. And they had 4 people. They had CW1, CW2, CW3, CW4. And it says everything the person's going to say. So you know who the person is, even though the name's not there. So, yeah, you're right about that, Jason. And then they never testified because the government just conceded because I was going to win the argument anyway, just on law. Because they were using Third Circuit law against me, and I'm in the Fourth Circuit. It was cocaine conspiracy. Oh, yeah. I don't know about that. I don't even know who the guy was. I just know I looked it up, and I was like, that guy's all right. What's up, Philly Mike? What's up? If you're talking about me, no, it doesn't. Yeah, you got to know. Listen, my whole case is wide open. I'll tell you exactly. I was only convicted of 400 grams of cocaine, which is a level 22. I was criminal history category 3. Okay. You cop out, plead guilty. They take off 3 points. That's a level 19 criminal history category 3 or whatever. It's 37 to 46 months. I got 42 months. So you need to know what you're talking about, Jason. And actually, Jason, I pled guilty and got sentenced on the same day. So that's another thing. People who cooperate don't get sentenced right away until everybody on the case is done with. As a matter of fact, Jason, if you go on my community page, if you want, you got to go way back. I actually put the paperwork up there and showed the difference on the sealed supplement of a plea agreement, what a non-cooperator is and what a cooperator is. And another thing, Jason, if you want to go to that, open it up. I try to get out on compassionate release. Okay. So the case is open. If you Google Eric Foss, Baltimore, open it right up. Don't you think if I cooperated, my lawyer would have said, hey, this guy cooperated. Why aren't you? So that's why people didn't file compassionate release. But I could see why you would think that, Jason. And let me explain another thing. Here's why. I'm going to tell you this. My first federal case, my actual record was worse. How does that happen? Because, Jason, after 15 years of you being out of prison, they can no longer use no crimes to enhance you at all. So it's like 0 points. So in other words, the only thing I had 4 points. I had 3 points for my prior federal bid because it hadn't been 15 years. That's a 3-point offense. And I had 1 point for a DUI, which I didn't get convicted of, but 1 point. So that's what put me in criminal history category 3. It's all on there, Jason. You can open it up, buddy. One thing you're not going to do is that, homie. That's another thing, Jason. I didn't ever have black distributors, buddy. Never. If you got a black distributor, you don't got a plug usually. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because when you're on a certain level on drugs, it goes that. But we're not going to get into that. But yeah, Jason, if you want to know, like I could see where you want to say that or something. But hey, guy, like I said, I'm the most transparent person. But yeah, all of that. If you want all this shit, Jason, email me. I'll send it all to you. But it doesn't matter. That's all facts, bro. And it says it right on there. I was only convicted of less than 500 grams, which is less than a half kilo. No mandatory minimum. The last time I was convicted, it was a 5-year mandatory minimum, but I got 12 years. And that was for a half kilo. But it was really a kilo and a half because it ranges from a half kilo all the way up to 5 kilos. Once you're 5 kilos or more, then it's 10 to life. So, yeah, but Jason, if you listen, I don't even mind. No blacks in Baltimore. You said distributor. I didn't cop from Baltimore. Jason, listen. If you're over here just starting some bullshit, listen, I wouldn't mind you. I have the fucking Jason, I wouldn't even mind you over here if you really wanted to learn this shit and really know this shit. I just gave you the rundown. Anybody will come on here and tell you that 400 to 500 grams of powder cocaine is a level 22. You take off 3 levels for pleading guilty. That's a 19. I'm criminal history category 3. That's 37 to 46 months. And you're saying, oh, they probably would deny you because you already had a sweetheart deal. Actually, I got the worst deal in my case, pound for pound. It's not, listen, you're missing my point. Them other convictions were from 1999. They were over 15 years old. I was out of prison over 15 years on them. They cannot be used. You want to bet that? So that's what you're missing. That, yes, if I would have had to, but actually, no. Now, Jason, in 2019, United States versus Norman, they can no longer use conspiracy convictions to enhance you anyway. You know why? Because conspiracy was declared not a controlled substance offense. United States versus Norman, 4th Circuit, Jason. Now, if you want to learn something, you can stay, buddy. But if you're going to do that, like, you know what I mean? This is all fact, homie. You know what I mean? This is all fact. So, yeah, so the way that you jump with the guy, say that's just how he tried to do that guy. You understand? You need somebody who knows. What's multi-bill? I don't even know what that is. Yeah. I mean, but listen, listen. If he really wants to know and learn, I'm not going to be like that. No, I didn't. I didn't get sentenced under a mandatory minimum. You dummy. I had a 5-year mandatory minimum and got 145 months. That's 12 years, 1 month. This last time I got 3.5 years. I had no mandatory minimum. You want to bet that? Mandatory minimum starts at 500 grams. I didn't get convicted of crack. I got convicted of powder. You nuts. I had no mandatory minimum. And then my case, I got 12 years. I had a 5-year mandatory minimum and I got 12 years. So there you go. You want to bet that, Jason? Nah, I mean, listen, I don't mind this. No. Conspiracy to possess 5 kilos or more is 10 to life. Conspiracy, it's each person's drug. Read the case. It'll show you. I got convicted of listen, you're making yourself look dumb. I got convicted of 400 grams, but less than 500 grams. There's no mandatory minimum. That's the one time I had a 5-year mandatory minimum. That's for 500 grams or more is a 5-year mandatory minimum. For the 10-year mandatory minimum, it's 5 kilos or more. Now, in the whole conspiracy, there could be a bunch of kilos. It's whatever is attributed to you in your jointly undertaken activity. That's how I beat my drug amount in the first case. Okay. He says I got sentenced below my mandatory minimum, which I never did. I had no mandatory minimum in this last case, and I had a 5-year mandatory minimum, which I got 12 years. But that's all fine, Jason. Yeah, it says it right in there. Listen, this guy is a jerk. See, who's never been anywhere? Yeah, I gotta get rid of these people, man. Look at this shit. These people are such fucking idiots. And the stuff they say is so stupid, guys. I have never got sent. Listen, I got sentenced the worst in all my cases out of anybody. Pound for what I got convicted of. This is fucking amazing. Listen, JGB, man, these guys are such idiots. These guys, I just explained the whole law to everybody. And you could go get the book, get the law books, get anybody on here. Who's been through it, they'll tell you. They'll tell you. And if I told on, listen, guys, if I told on the person, guess who that person was? It was the person who was on the live with me the other day. That was my co-conspirator one. That's the only one I knew on the case. Do you think I told on him? Come the fuck on. Yeah, there's no seats over here for them. They're fucking. No, I'm just blocking that guy. I didn't. The truth, I sat here with the guy for 20 minutes. Fucking, I gave him a chance, but I'm not just going to keep him up with this shit. He's a clown. Everything he's saying, everything I'm saying is fact, and he's telling me it's not. It's wrong. So, I mean, what's the point? Oh, I don't know that he's a troll, John. Any of you guys over here new? See, I don't do that. I don't even do all that shit. I've thought that maybe he was new or something. And he thought that or something like that. So I was explaining it to him. And then, I thought he might be part of the show and hang over here or whatever. I don't know. I have no clue. Yeah, and sniffing diapers and all the stuff they do. Yeah, it's probably something like that. But yeah, but no, that's what I'm saying. No, I don't fight with the trolls. Yeah, Keith, they got fucking army of fucking Nazis that I'm beefing with. Fucking Nazis that been charged with fucking touching their kids and weird shit, man. Weird shit. Fucking weird shit. But anyway. But everything the guy said, you guys, is lies. I mean, obviously, I just debunked everything, and you can go look it up in a law book. You can look the case. I don't know why I'm wasting my breath, but yeah, I'm talking about the. They're all weirdos, dude. They're all weirdos. They're all fucking weirdos. They're diaper sniffers. That's what they are. They're attracted to children. They insult women. They do all that. Well, yeah, I don't know if it's him, but it's the trolls. It's what the trolls do, man. It's the trolls. You can't even have a fucking show around here because they get jealous because they've been doing the same thing for 3 years, and that's all they do is talk about people, talk about people, talk about people. All right, Irish. Yeah, but anyway, about the dog and shit, man. I fucking yeah. So this will be my first time doing that. Yeah, they're the guys who came on with fucking hiding their face and fake names and saying they're related. I don't do all that shit, guys. And I honestly, I don't even get involved in all their shit. You know what I mean? I don't care what them guys do. You know what I mean? Just like I said, I don't get in all that shit. If somebody came in there bashing their family or something, I'd block them. I don't do all that bullshit. Hey, what's up, Mickey? You know, So I don't do none of that. I don't know these fucking people. They make me fucking sick. Just the same way. Just the same way they it's just everything. These people fight with each other for years and stuff, and they know it. They'll try to ruin a show. That's what they do. Hey, what's up, Alex? But yeah, so Joe Cool. So yeah, just that show today. I'm just like, take it or what? I don't know what Trump's going to do. I don't even know what that is, the truth. But I see a bunch of crazy shit going on. People getting deported and all that stuff. Oh, do you know the guy, Stone Sailor? Is he known around here or something? The guy who came on or whatever, saying whatever. I don't even know the guy's name. Yeah, he says his name ever's in newspapers. Yeah, you got to, you know. Hell no, Trump ain't making nobody take no vaccine. Why would Trump do something like that? Yeah, I'm not getting into all that. Well, what are you talking about? Oh no, the show that you miss is Loomis. What is his stuff? Hard Truths and Reviews. I think it's still called that. No, he just had Gene on and they were fucking saying some shit. And just like you said, now look, what army was that guy from? I'm sitting on here defending a guy, John Shea, who they just did the same thing to that this guy's trying to do to me and coming in here, and he'll be the rat hunter, you know? Who's blaming MRE? This ain't got nothing to do with MRE. Why are you talking about MRE? This has nothing to do with him. The only thing I said about him is if somebody even came in here bashing his family, I would block them. What's it got to do with him? Has nothing to do with him. It had to do with on Loomis's show or whatever. How he, you know what I mean? He let whatchamacallit control the narrative. Yeah, well, kind of like in a way it was. So like getting back into life after doing a lot of time, after doing the 12 years, because, oh, okay, John Gotti. So, yeah, what's up, Drunk Jose? Yeah, it's kind of like not when you hit the street, but it's right before you hit the street. You've been gone for so long, and then you're worried about this, worried about that. What's this going to be? What's that going to be? But you always got to keep this in mind. It's just like even when you're, hey, what's up, Kai? It's even if you're out here and just if you got to straighten out your life in any way, even out here, just you got to walk away sometimes. Walk away from the crowds, walk away from everything and get yourself together. Because I'll tell you why. Because when you do get yourself straight and you come back, the crowds are still going to be there. It's all going to stay the same. You're going to see the same people in the same bars shaking their ass. They're just older and uglier. You're going to see the same this, you're going to see the same that. And it's all just what you do. You know what I mean? With yourself. So it's a lot to improve yourself. But, you know, so it is a little iffy, like when you're first coming home. But, you know, it's okay. You know, I hope that answered your question. Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, there you go. Then, you know, I respect that. But yeah, I would never. That's the thing that happened the other day, and I caught heat over that because somebody was in here talking about somebody's wife, and I listen, man. I look, I just can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, so I don't know what their history is. And see, that was another plot. That was a play by Loomis on that one. Okay, well, maybe it's reviews. Who knows? What did you? I don't know who threatened a gang rape of a woman. No, I don't agree with that. Anybody says something like that, that's fucking weird. Now we don't talk about that type of shit over on my show, man. Ken? No, that's weird. Whoever, I don't care who says it. Like who the fuck? Do I stand on that? Threatening to gang rape a woman? I've never heard him threaten to gang rape no woman. But no, I don't stand on that. Obviously. What the fuck? This is nuts. This is nuts. Yeah, don't know. I want to hear about that kind of shit. I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't Malaka. Yeah, it's family bash in JGB. Did you see him bash anybody's family over here? No, I don't think Sakali does that. I don't think so. I know I know it's other people trolling me. I know where they all come from. It's simps and shit, bro. It's simps. I have no clue. Who cares? Yeah, yeah, Ken. I don't do that shit. I don't want to listen. I honestly, Ken, I don't want none of this shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. See, that's the thing that people don't understand, man. You guys have all apparently been here 3 fucking years, all talking about each other. Okay. So there's bad things said on both sides, I'm sure. People have called the police on each other on here. People have called the police on each other on here. People have fucking called people's mothers on here. People have fucking bashed kids with cancer on here. People have, I mean, the list goes on and on, guys. I mean, who am I? What do I know? I don't fucking know none of these people. That is the point. I don't know what's went on. I mean, I can rewind stuff. I've seen guys on here. Oh, God. I've just seen a lot of shit. But I knew as soon as my channel started doing good, as soon as I started taking it in a good direction, that this was going to happen. But it's because they don't have content, guys. Yeah, and you know something, Ken? You're absolutely right. And you know I'm not in the mob genre. I swear to God. I'm prison genre, I guess you could say. But I was just locked up with mob guys and stuff like that. And, you know, I know some of the people like the content creators and stuff. But no, I'm not in the mob genre. I don't know who half the guys are, like that they talk about and stuff like that. I don't know that. I knew who John Gotti was when I was young. Yeah, I'm not letting them get to me, Kodak. You know what I mean? Makes no fucking sense. Makes no fucking sense. They're a bunch of fucking clowns. Bunch of fucking clowns. Makes no sense at all. They call CPS, FBI, health department, cops, and judges. Yeah, I ain't trying to get into all that, man. They already tried to strike my channel. So, I mean, like, what the fuck can I do? You know, you guys can say whatever you want. Say whatever you want about me. I'm a rat. I'm a rapist. I'm a this. Well, whatever, man. You guys been saying it about each other. You guys call the police on each other. You got guys who fucking don't know how to check paperwork. Yeah, I mean, it's all goofy to me, man. No, I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Yeah, they're coming from honestly, I don't think it's from the one. I don't know. It could be from anywhere. Exactly. Yeah, so they're gonna get into too much shit on here, man. Like, that shit's crazy. And like with that one guy who was trolling me just now, like I thought like I thought he was serious at first, honestly. So that's why, I try to say, hey, listen, blah, blah, blah here. Now, if you want to, go ahead. Go ahead. Think whatever you want about me, guys. But let me tell you something. It's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect me at all. You still look like you look. You know what I'm saying? You're still what you are. You know what I mean? You're a bunch of hiders. And I don't even hear their stuff, honestly. People tell me about it, but I don't hear it. You know what I mean? But it's all just a bunch of bullshit. And then another thing I don't understand is, like, why bring this shit over here? Like, this is what I'm saying, Mickey. Why bring it over here when this isn't even what this show's about? When you got 5, 10 other shows, anybody can make their own show. Anybody could do that. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about in general, John Gotti. Just anyway, if a person wants to like talk about people and troll or whatever, like, go ahead. But this is like a normal show. It's not like that. You're not going to see me sitting here. I'm not going to do a show and title it on MRE, or I'm not going to do a show and title it on some guy I'm just going to bash, or you understand what I'm saying? It, or talk about a regular person. I'm not going to do a show on Josie. I don't do that kind of shit. It's not even worth my time, man. I got a real life. You know what I mean? So why'd you block you blocked the truth? Ugh, all right, guys. I'm about to wrap this up. I wasn't even gonna come on, but I'm gonna wrap it up. I might drop some content tomorrow since there's no football or nothing. So I'll do like a regular video or something. And then I'm gonna I'll be back on Monday for the man hour. I don't know, Michael DeBernardo. I don't know who it is. All right, guys. See you guys later. Just remember, always staying on business. Stay sucker free.